Good morning, students. I am Sandra Estrada, English teacher in ninth grades, A, B, C, and E. Dear students, the next application sheet number 4 contains a random of activities corresponding to the grade of second partial evaluations, readings quiz for 30 points. Take into account the following observations. Answer in your notebook the application sheet before answer online. Be sure of your answers. The application sheet is configured to be answered in a single attempt. You can modify the answer in each section. Make sure everything is correct before sending it. Do not click on the send button if you are not sure. The grade is automatically registered once you click on the send button. I want to refer to the different parts that you can find in the application sheet. Number 1 is vocabulary multiple choice. You are going to find exercises about natural disaster and extreme weather. Refer to Unit 4. In this exercise, you need to look at the picture and choose the correct word that name it. Flood, drought, forest fire, earthquake, or tsunami. So in this case, according to the image, your picture, you can put a check. Next part is matching verb that refers to connecting. In this case, the vocabulary in Unit 5. You are going to find definitions and you need to associate with the correct word. For example, contact. You have 3 options put together to communicate or rupture obstacle. In this case, the answer is to communicate. So here you click. The part about grammar, in this case, time expressions. For example, you have to identify what is the correct options for each sentence. Select since or for. For example, sentence, I haven't seen my sister 3 years. You have to complete this sentence using for or using since. So in this case, you click on for. And you have the rest of activities similar like this. Another part of grammar is using the present perfect simple integrated with the adverbs of frequency. For example, always, ever, never, already, or yet. In this case, you have sentence. You need to complete the sentence with one options that you have. Already, ever, always, never, or yet. So you need to click in the correct answer. Okay? Remember, in this exercise, you have only one options to answer. In multiple choice, we have grammar future forms. Here, you have to drop down list to click only one answer to complete the sentence with the correct form of future forms. For example, we have a space to complete a new car next month. So you are going to find the different options. You have a one answer here. So in this case, you click. Here is important to remember the difference between predictions and intentions. For example, in predictions, the auxiliary verb will is used in making predictions or simple statements of facts about the future. Remember, predictions use will. Intentions, the auxiliary verb going to is used in talking about intentions. An intention, remember, is a plan for the future that you have already thought about. When I say going to, remember, use verb be, okay? Because sometimes you forget to use it. At the end of this application sheet, you have a sections about reading comprehensions. Here you are going to find a reading text. You have the reading, read carefully, and then you answer the activity true or false. You have the questions, but you have options. So in this case, you only answer with a click, giving click in the correct response to the questions. This is all the part about the application sheet 4. But in this moment, I want to make a brief informations or consolidations of grammar in Unit 4 and 5. Remember this grammar we have studied in class, but it's necessary that you remember important part of the following grammar to answer the application sheet. For example, the present perfect simple. This grammar, remember, is subject plus have or has plus past participle. In this present perfect simple is integrated already, ever, always, and ever. So, to use already, we have subject plus have has plus already plus past participle and plus complement. For example, I've already told you. Already is between have or has and past participle. Next structure, interrogative form. Have plus subject plus ever plus past participle plus complement plus question mark. Example, have you ever seen a shark attack? So into equations, you have ever between the subject pronouns and the past participle verb. Next structure is using always. Subject plus have plus always plus past participle plus complement. Example, I've always loved doing that. Is the same. Always is between have and past participle. At the end, we have the use never. Subject plus have has plus past participle plus complement. Example, I've never traveled by bus. Never is between have and the past participle. Already and yet, remember, we have yet in negative sentence. It's at the end of the sentence. Example, I'm sorry, I haven't spoken to him yet. Already in affirmative sentence, it comes between the auxiliary have or has and the past participle. Both already and yet in questions. Has Jack already left? Has Jack left yet? It's important to remember this aspect about the positions of the frequency adverb into present perfect simple, because you need to analyze this aspect in application sheets. The next is present perfect continuous in Unit 4. Remember that difference in present perfect simple is using being plus verb ing. So the structure is subject plus have has plus being plus verb ing and plus complement. Example, he's been working here for as long as I can remember. Okay, remember being plus verb ing. The time expression with since or for used to talk about a period of time that starts in the past and continues in the present. When we use since, when we have the point in time when the action started, and for when we have a period of time. For example, I've been studying English since I was 10. I've been studying English for 6 months. Remember, for is a period of time, and since is a point in time. It's important also when you have future forms in Unit 5, the next grammar is present simple, present continuous, be, going to, and will. So it's necessary that we remember this tense to identify which one is correct when you are going to analyze future form. For example, in present simple is to talk about schedules in the future or the starting and ending time of shows or opening times of stores or restaurants, and also a school term. For example, the new team starts in September. The movie starts at 7:30. In present continuous, the use is when we talk about plans and arrangement. In the future, it's often used as future time expressions, for example, tomorrow, next week, later, today, etc. Example, I'm meeting James this evening for a drink. Be going to talk about future plans and intention, we usually use going to and not the present continuous when no definite arrangement have been made. For example, I'm not going to do any work this weekend. At the end, we have will, to express our hopes and fears about the future. Example, I hope there'll be some ticket left for the concert tonight. I refer to this aspect because I have seen that you take into account future for will or going to, and no is correct. Is correct in present simple, present continuous, be going to, and will. At the end, we have the unified future for predictions. We can use both will and going to make prediction and talk about belief about the future. There is little difference in meaning between the two forms. We often use will with the passive voice. Remember, the passive voice is will plus be plus past participle, no simple past. You often use this aspect and it's not correct. It's will plus be plus past participle when you refers to predictions. Example, I think Mandarin will be studied by a lot more people in the future. So all the information, please study carefully. You have information in your student book. And also I send before links if necessary that you study before answer application sheet 4. So I wish you success in your answer. So I hope to see you next. So care you. Bye.